Hey there, guys, how's it going? Today marks an important date because today I learned really how to meditate. I've been on the spiritual path for about 11 years, and then about halfway through that, I realized that it was a meditational path, or what the spiritual path is, the meditational path. And yeah, so I've been on the spiritual path for about 11 years, and I've been meditating for about 5, 6 years. And I only knew how to half meditate, so let me explain. Basically, there's visual thoughts and then there's audible thoughts. There's the images and movie in your head, and then there's the chatter that goes on underneath the movie, and even when the movie isn't there. You can just be audibly hearing thoughts without actually visualizing anything. So why I was half meditating is because I would bring it back from, I had this the two most important realizations in my life. The first was realizing how to stop the images, which is bringing it back from mind to moment. And then the second most important insight is how to silence the mind. So there's presence and silence, and they're the same thing, but they're not. They're kind of like, they're different, because you can be present and then still kind of have a thought in the background kind of still going, or like coming and going, but you're not really getting anywhere. Well, you will, but very slowly. And today I had a realization of how to silence the mind. So I had, the first realization was presence, realizing how to be present. The second realization that I had today, about 6 years later, is how to be silent. So that's what I learned today. So today is a big thing because now I know how to meditate, and I'm like way better at meditation. Like I'm like 3, 4, 5 times better at meditating right now. So so you look, because it's the most obvious sense perception to tell if you're present is looking. So look to stay in this realm, and to silence the mind. So to go, you kind of go into the moment, and then you go into silence and acceptance and allowance and non-resistance of the moment. So you kind of go into the moment and then into silence of that moment. So there's like, you can be thinking and in the moment, or in the moment and then not thinking. So there's like out of the moment, in the moment thinking, and then in the moment not thinking. And so basically what you do is you look, the most obvious sense perception to be in the present moment, and then you breathe slowly. You can breathe it however you want to breathe, but if you breathe kind of like slower, it just makes it easier. And you just look, and then you go, you have the intention to start with, just to get you going. You have the intention to just be completely silent. So you go, and then things start to happen. One great thing that starts to happen is when you do have a negative thought, because you've got this space now, you forgive yourself. You don't feel bad and guilty. Like I used to feel really bad about my thoughts. Like it was the number one thing that was holding me back, my thoughts. And now I know how to kind of like have control of them and know how to silence them, which are two different things. But they both grow through the same means, meditation. So what was I saying? Yeah, your memory will get better with meditation as well, because it superpowers the mind, it supercharges the mind. And this is how you really access supercharged self-healing, which is the book by R.J. Spina, when he talks about how to heal from ultimately anything. Because if you're in the present moment, you're connecting to your higher self, and then the higher self knows how to heal itself. So, but obviously some things are challenging. I know someone in my life at the moment who's fully spiritual. He's actually enlightened, but he's still going through, he's got like a disease, and it's just, he's got cancer. And but he's optimistic, so he's faithful. You know, he knows he can heal, but it's just, sometimes life doesn't, God works in mysterious ways, you know, so sometimes life doesn't turn out the way you want. So this is a big day for me. This is a huge day for me because now I know what I'm going for. Now I know what to do, and now I know there is hope. I always knew there was hope. I never lose faith. I was a long-term optimist, but I just didn't think the day would come this quickly. But now I can help you guys. So anyone who's interested in being on the spiritual path, I can cut a decade off your practice. A decade, you know? So yeah, so if you want to have a call with me, a half an hour call for free, hit me up on Instagram, DM me ready, and we'll get in touch and we'll organize a chat. So just look and breathe and go for silence, because there's a big difference between looking and thinking, which is kind of like halfway in between. So it's like the middle ground. There's like in thought completely, out of thought completely, and then middle ground. And I want to get you from thought completely to middle ground to absolute out of thought. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I hope you're all well. Keep meditating, stay on the path. It gets easier. You learn. You got to go through this stuff yourself, but you can learn better from other people. I just didn't understand the pointings, but now I do. And now I've got something to actually do that puts you in that state that the pointings are talking about. Anyway, I hope you, have a good one, guys. Peace.